Hello everyone, my name is Hugo and welcome to Hugo's Desk. I know this is not my desk, I normally don't film here, this is my living room, but I have something really large to open and I wanted to show it to everyone in a better way with more lighting. So let's just get cracking really. Okay, this has been a long time waiting. I bought this quite a while ago, but been waiting to finish a project before I could open it. But let's just get on with it so we can see what's inside here. It's been a long time since I've been thinking about buying this book. And yeah, it was by far the most expensive book I've ever bought. But is it worth it? I mean, the lovely folks at TASCHEN here in London allowed me to have a look at it before. And it was great. You know, I managed to have a look at it. It's so much better to see it in real life, you know, than having, you know, looking at it through videos and everything. But after looking at it, I got convinced to buy it. So thank you so much for the shop at TASCHEN. Can't remember the name of the person that helped me there. I wish I knew the name so I could thank him. But yeah, they were very kind to show me the book. But let's just get on with this. Opening it up for the first time. I've never really opened this, so okay, how am I gonna take this off? Okay. Wow, this is tight. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can open it somehow. It's 15 kilos, by the way, if anyone is too kind of... How are you supposed to open this? TASCHEN, if you're watching, is there a way that you think that this works? 15 minutes later. Probably the best way is probably to do that. Just look at it. That is insanity. How big that is. Okay. Yeah. Let's just look at it. Oh my God. It's 15 kilos. You need to like do some exercise with this thing. 790, that's out of 1,000. Wow, oh man, I'm breaking a sweat. This is probably the biggest special edition I've ever seen in my life. And I guess I open it like that. It says scrap. One of the biggest books I've ever seen in my life. Huge scrapbook, which is really heavy. It's like, this says scrapbooks. This is the first book of the whole thing. Smells really good. It smells like new. And then there's another book inside. So this one is like a white book of some kind. Has like this really nice texturing on it. And then yet another book. So this is, I guess, looks like the script. And that's it. Oh, it's over. Look at the inside of this. This is really brilliant. So that's the box. Put it back again. Put it here maybe. I brought my little shining Blu-ray. Look at that. It's like little shining there in 4K. Huge box. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's have a look. First up, Scrapbook. I have no idea what this is. Looks beautiful though. Man, damn. So this is pretty much like a scrapbook of the overall hotel, I guess, of the Overlook Hotel. There's some missing ones and everything. I'm assuming this was all created for the film. I mean, knowing Kubrick, I'm sure he probably made a lot of scrapbooks. I went to this exhibition in London. You know, well, I've seen 4 exhibitions with Kubrick right so far, and this exhibition was great. Like it had like this, had a lot of scrapbooks for Napoleon. Damn, look at that! I've never seen that before. I've never seen these photos. It's like proper production photos. The quality of the print as well is just outstanding. This is just next level stuff. Oh, look at that. The maze. Damn. Oh man, they did the entire hedge maze. There's a lot of behind the scenes photos as well of the entire production. Look at that picture. This is beautiful. I mean, I'm not going to show the whole book, of course. Oh, look at that. It has like this beautiful little paper saying Thursday. That's cool. I'm not going to show the whole book, of course, because otherwise I'm going to get into trouble with TASCHEN. But Oh, look at that, the continuity Polaroids. This is really important in production, you know, like we have so that we can see what was shot, you know, the before, the after. And it's just to make sure you have continuity in terms of hair, makeup, dress, you know, like clothing, so that you just have, you know, the production designer and the costume designer can then check, oh, she had the earring like that. Oh, he had the jacket was put like this, so that they can do the next day, they can do the exact same photo, you know. Ah, look at that. That's the Adiflex camera from Kubrick. I saw this camera on the London exhibition, and also in the Brazil exhibition as well of Kubrick. It was one of his favorite cameras. I don't even know where to oh, look at that. That is awesome. That's the makeup test. This is so cool. Is that a no, yeah, Nicholson on partial set. He had like these blocks to keep him completely motionless. That's just so cool. So that he looked frozen. Oh, look at that. They took a photo from above as well. Unused shot of the tiny death. Deleted scene from the hospital. The thing with this is that deleted scenes from films of this era are quite hard to find, you know, because a lot of times the studios would just delete or throw away the rest of the negatives. You know, if it wasn't used on the film, they would just throw it away. I know that sounds really harsh. No one really thought about behind the scenes or Blu-rays or extras at the time. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I mean, I don't really think... I am just completely overwhelmed by this. Oh, look at that. Look at the lighting setup there. Oh my God. That is just insane. With all the blockers. This is what I keep telling my students all the time, that they are always trying to get perfection in terms of 3D. You know, like whenever my students are in a 3D application, they always try, oh yeah, you know, the light is outside. It's the sunlight. You can't really change it. You know, and I always tell my students to look at behind the scenes from films, because then you learn that it's all fake. I mean, just look at this. There's nothing natural about this. There should have been a sun somewhere, but you see there's like this huge light. There's like all these reflectors, bouncers, black areas and he's actually on a platform, so he's higher, so the camera can be actually pointing at him. I mean, none of this is real. Don't be too stuck with reality, because no one in the movie business is doing reality, I can tell you that. Oh, Vivian Kubrick, look. Her documentary is really awesome, so you should look it up on the Blu-ray, actually on this Blu-ray here. So on this Blu-ray, which is the 4K version of the film, it actually has the documentary that she wrote, she filmed at the time. Even has a commentary of the documentary. That documentary is awesome. You know, she was pretty young and she was on set. Of course, she had complete access to the set. So there's like behind the scenes footage that you would have never dream of watching, you know, a film like that, because oh, look at that Polaroid. Funny enough, the Polaroids now the Polaroid is just announced like a brand, like a camera that is very similar to that one. So that's funny. Ah, oh, the blood, look at that thing. Okay. Oh, look at that, it's like all red. So it's, Okay, so this is the making of. Oh wow, it has a foreword from Steven Spielberg. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I see. So this is basically the production of the film, all divided. Okay, it has the entire making of. Okay, pre-production, letters, posters. This is beautiful. All the letters of production, closer to getting some photos of production as well. So there's even more photos, more Polaroids here. Look at that. That's just like awesome. This book is beautiful, by the way. It's like all red. I don't know if you saw that, but it's all completely red, you know, like it's all plastic. It looks really retro. It's really nice. I love it. It has like this really nice feeling. It's like it's all engraved in 3D, you know, which is pretty cool. It's gonna take me months to read all of this. If someone is asking me like if it's worth it to buy this book, like, yeah. I mean, I'm so overwhelmed by this. I don't even know what to say. Like, there's some drawings. production photos. Oh, look at that, those stills. They have like little figurines to block shots. That's the thing with Kubrick, you know. Kubrick was very much a very technology-driven person, and people forget that Kubrick was very technology-driven. So I really firmly believe that right now, if he was still alive in 2023, I'm pretty sure you would be using all the CG tools, just like David Fincher does. You know, like you would use all the animatic tools, the pre-production tools, stages, volumes, because he even has some volumes, as you probably know from Eyes Wide Shut. He did a lot of other films, but even more famously, the shot where Tom Cruise is walking in New York, and it's a real projection because he filmed the film in England. Because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Kubrick didn't really like to fly. He really hated to fly, so he often, very rarely left England. He was always here. And it's so sad that I live in England now and I can't meet him, and I wish I could have met him. It was always my big dream to meet Kubrick once, but sadly it didn't happen. I was still in Portugal when he died. I still remember to this day when I heard the news. It was very sad, and now it's even more sad to be looking at the book right now. But yeah, you see, this is like an animatic, really. It has little stuck figurines. You can place them in whatever place you need, and which is really funny. Obviously, I can't show the whole book, but I'm definitely going to make another video. Oh, look at that. That's Wendy Carlos. Wendy Carlos is really famous for her progressive synth music and technology, synth music and futuristic music, and she has some really good albums. And of course, she was famous for doing the soundtrack of The Shining, but she has some really cool albums as well, besides The Shining, you know. Yeah, I wish I could show the whole book, I know, because I know a lot of people will never be able to read this book, and it's a bit too expensive, I can tell you that. Like, I think I understand why TASCHEN had to charge this amount of money. Oh, look at the Beetle. I had one of these when I was a kid. I understand that they had to charge this amount of money because it's like a special edition. It's only 1,000 copies. It's a bit too much, man. I wish... I hope they end up releasing this later on, you know. Look at that setup. There's like 2 cameras at the same time here. It's a very efficient way of doing the film. Like I said, man, Kubrick was very technological driven. Oh, look at that. That's really beautiful. Like, those are all the posters that were created. This is at the time Saul Bass was doing... This is the famous letter. I think that's the letter that Kubrick wrote to Saul Bass. No, this is the correspondence they had between Saul Bass and Stanley Kubrick about the posters in The Shining, which family, of course, you know this one, which is the one I have a shirt on right now. Ugh. Oh my God, that's horrible. Here we go. This is also a very famous very famous moment on filmmaking, you know, where they pretty much used the Steadicam for the first time on this film, which was really revolutionary at the time. The blood. The other day I saw someone doing this in 3D, which was pretty cool.
Obviously practical. I'm not the best 3D artist, but arguably ILM is. And even their recreation in Ready Player One doesn't look as good as the original.
Oh, this is really interesting. Kubrick simultaneously composed his shots for cinema and TV. His preferred aspect ratio was 1:33:1, or 4:3. So it's funny because I love 4:3 as well. I completely understand why you would love it as well. I just recently directed a commercial for Zeiss, and it was in 4:3 that we shot it. Fortunately, it was released not in 4:3, but but I have a version in 4:3. We now have this book here, which I'm not really sure what it is. So it's like a huge box. Let's open it up. Okay. Okay, that's funny. Oh man, they did like the... That is so funny. So it's like, oh Jesus, look at that. They've made like a huge amount of... That is so funny. Look at that. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. They actually made a replica from the set. That is pretty cool. A bit pointless, that's for sure. It doesn't really, it's not really needed. But I guess it makes for a great piece, right? That's awesome. And then inside of the, man, there's so many books here. There's another book here, and then there's another book here, and then there's another book here, and there's yet another book here. This is called Members of the Shining Crew, as seen through the crooked eye of John Smith. As I understood, this is basically cartoons, like caricatures from the film's cast and crew during the downtime on set. Makeup artist Tom Smith is very well known for Raiders of the Ark, Return of the Jedi, and Gandhi, and nominated for a lot of Oscars. And yeah, I guess when he... Oh, this is awesome. Look at that. That is so cool. So he had like... Oh man, look at the Steadicam. That's so cool. Yeah, this is... this is pretty cool. And what is this? This is a black book. Again, look at this this is so cool. You see that? Like it has like this kind of three-dimensional thing going on. 2 forgotten books of photographies and documents related to The Shining were discovered on Kubrick estate. Okay, so these are forgotten, these are drawings from the film. Okay. Okay, this is just beautiful. Okay, that's awesome. And then we have this book here. What is this? Stanley Kubrick worked... Yeah, okay, this is the Saul Bass book. Saul Bass, of course, very famous for all the posters he made. I mean, I have a Saul Bass book upstairs. He's one of my favorite designers. He did a lot of posters for films, including, you know, worked with a lot of really famous people, including Hitchcock and, of course, Stanley Kubrick, of course. But yeah, these are all the potential posters and drawings they did for the books. And of course, the one I have on the shirt here, that's from him as well. It's probably here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it here. This is all, and these are like original scans. That's so cool. That's the shirt I have. Look, he's almost there. So cool to see the transition and the evolution of getting it to work, you know. And there it is. That's so cool. And then last but not least, oh my God, if it wasn't enough, this is yet another book. And so this is called, okay, so Shining script supervisor June Randall had a lot of notes. So this is basically the notes from the script. So I'm assuming this is, oh, look at that. It's like pretending to be the actual script. This is pretty cool. It's like it has like this kind of plasticky feeling that it looks like a little script, which is pretty cool. This is awesome. So yeah, so I get, yeah, oh, look at that. Well, now this I can notice because I can relate to this. You know, when we're doing films and even when we're doing commercials, if we do short films, even when I did my short film Oak Lake, I did a lot of notes. Like this is I can relate to. You do notes all the time. So this is cool because you can get to see the notes from the script supervisor, the notes from Kubrick and everything. There's some polaroids here in the middle here. Or was it? Some continuity polaroids. They're really bad shape. This is, oh man, there's so much here. And that's it. I mean, okay, so there's like 1 book, 2 books, 3, 4, 5, and then of course 6, the big one. And then of course the pages. So it's like 6 books. It is just absolutely stunning. I just don't have words to describe it. I think it's really hard to convey how cool this is, you know. So I'm going to be a bit closer and just like show you a few close-ups of this, just to show you the pure stunning thing that is going on here. Just look at that. Like these are some beautiful pictures. Putting the meter up to measure the focus. Like they made an entire platform just to have the dolly. That is just lunacy. I'm just gonna go through a few pages here. Yeah, there you go. Garrett Brown, very famous Steadicam operator. Film. This is pretty cool. Lloyd is getting a ride on the Steadicam. Such a cool photo of Kubrick. He looks so hippie. Obviously this is the 80s, but he looks pretty hippie. Video preview. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Already had a video assist in the 80s. Man, this must have been so hard to keep focus. At this time, there wasn't any of the fancy electronics and autofocus that all the follow focus that we have now, you know. It's not really the same. When they did films back in the day, this was all hardcore. It was all film, no video, you know. Damn. There was no room for error, you know. If you had a mistake, you would have been screwed. You would have to film again because there's really no playback. I mean, they have video assist, but the playback is so rudimentary that you will never really get the same. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Aerial title sequence that was shot on a helicopter very famously. Look at him doing the take first. I guess they would have rigged it on the helicopter because, of course, the magazines wouldn't have lasted a long time, so they probably would have to rig it. Here he is filming. Look at that. That's amazing. I've never seen the picture like that. The helicopter there. Of course, these opening sequences are some of the most famous sequences of openings of all times. Of course, the rear projection. I hope there's like some rear projection photos here of the thing. I guess maybe it's another different section of the book. Yeah. Man, I can't show everything, of course. I'm gonna get in trouble. Wow. This is just insanity. So big. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the first book that goes in. The white one goes in again. And the scrapbook goes in again. Oh my god, this is so heavy. And then it closes up like that. Damn, this is heavy. Okay, cool. Oh my god, it's so heavy. And I guess that's it, really. I'll make more videos, of course. I think I want to do some videos about the film, and it's one of my favorite films of all times. So I'm definitely gonna make more videos, of course. This is just opening it and really sharing with everyone, because not everyone has access to this book, and I wish it was more available. I wish it was cheaper, and I wish there was like a more regular version of this book, so that more people could experience. Maybe TASCHEN can do that, I hope so. But yeah, thanks for watching. I guess this was a different video. I don't usually do these kind of openings on my channel, but thank you so much for watching, and expect more content around The Shining, because I love the movie. I just recently bought the 4K version as well. Has a lot of extras as well. I have all Kubrick's movies. Like every single Blu-ray and DVD and special edition that exists. It's my favorite director. I have all the books as well. I think I have all the books. I mean, there's always a new book coming out and I have to buy it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And I'll be back with more Shining content and more content, of course, until then. I hope you enjoy, and that was it for me. That's Hugo's Desk for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.